SpaceX launch site. It is Tuesday night. A lot of noise in the background here. Still got some sunlight out. See it setting over there by the booster. Looks like they're bringing in another one of those big pumps on at the bottom of the screen there in the center. Now they're going to be offloading one of those big, one of those pumps. You see they got this crane over here in position to offload it. I believe it's coming in. I don't think it's going out. I would imagine that if it were leaving, then this trailer on the right would be facing in the opposite direction. So. Just getting a few shots here before calling it a day. I don't know if you can hear me at all, but yep. I could end the stream and get my mic out. I have another mic with me. Let me see if I got it in the truck. If I do, I'll bring it out and maybe restart the stream. I might be able to do this without restarting the stream. I think I'm good to go. Just a minute. Hooking up the mic right now. All right, how's that sound going? I just finished turning on the mic. Hey, Sofa King. Yeah, I like that idea. Test cam in the Gulf. Hey, Sofa King. Yeah. I don't have any updates. I'm here to get the update from you guys. I've got been working a job during the daytime here. Good stuff. Right on. Yeah, I wasn't hardly making any money doing the video here, so I had to get a job. So. Pretty much the same shot I had last night. I think tomorrow there is a road closure tomorrow. The only thing I see, now I could have backed up the truck a little bit more to get a shot of the overall launch platform. I can get out, I can get off the truck and move the camera. That's maybe the better thing to do. That's what I'll do. Just a minute. There we go. Okay. Just a minute. All right, almost there. All right. Wow. Yeah, it took a little while to get in place there. There is, we got a shot of the overall launch platform. There's a truck to my left. So I don't want to be standing right behind the truck while it's on. So there's a truck to my left with the choice spot there on my left. So I don't want to risk getting run over. So I'll show you what I mean just a minute here. This black truck here has the best shot of the overall launch platform, so, and it's on, so I don't want to be standing behind that truck there. So we can't really get the best shot of the OLP, overall launch platform, right now, but maybe in a little bit or not. There's still a bunch of work going on the platform there, it looks like. But the only thing I could say that I noticed upon coming here was there's a truck right in front of us, and to the right, it's pulling one of those big pumps. This thing here on this bed is one of those big pumps that goes into the methane tank farm here. Yeah, there's supposed to be a road closure tomorrow, I think. At least the last I checked a day or two ago. So that would be the Wednesday planned road closure. I'm not sure if my camera is going to be juiced up enough with the batteries and the solar to do a live stream when I leave tomorrow morning. So can't guarantee I'll have a live stream ready for tomorrow, but that's the holdup right now, getting enough solar power to do the live stream when I leave in the morning. Hey, Badusha. Will we see a launch this year? Says Sofa King. Sofa King funny. Yep. No idea. No idea. What I can also say is there have been some studies apparently coming out in the journal Nature and also in the Time magazine where they're showcasing some of the somewhat of a discovery of water on the south pole of Mars underneath the ice. So even though it's a lake, it would be kind of an ocean camera Space Corp mission if they did that. So for some of the people on LinkedIn, I did post a reply to those people who posted that study, the actual scientists that did that Mars lake study, and so I got some attention there from them as well. The missions page on the OceanCam website is pretty elaborate, so there's maybe 40 links to different journal articles and studies from the different moons and the different space organizations that have put out reports on oceans in the solar system. So it is quite the gathering of information on the missions page on the top 4 space missions to oceans in the solar system. That's it. That's all I can see right now. I could show a view of the tank farm where they're offloading some of the maybe liquid nitrogen or maybe liquid oxygen. Sir Chris, hey. On the economic front, the Bank of England blinked, and and so did the Federal Reserve, and they started buying up the bonds. So the stock market went up and the bonds went down. The 10-year rate went down quite a bit today, and everything else was up, including crypto was up too. And the silver is up like over 10% in the last 2 days. Gold is up quite a bit today, over $100. It's Tuesday, the first week of October. And will we see this continue? I would say that since we are going toward the full moon, that the prices will continue to rise a little bit. And then once we pass that peak in the moon, once we get to the full moon, everybody's going to celebrate, etc., etc. And then within about 4 days, 4 degrees after the full moon, from the full moon to the new moon is 100%. If we say the full moon to the new moon is 100%, 4% of that will be the peak of the market, most likely. It has been in the last several months. And then we'll have a lot of bad news come out, because I think they time all the good news and the bad news at the same time so they can create waves in the market. So we can expect good news coming out and a lot of fluffy good stuff for the next week or two. Probably the next week or less. I think we don't have much more until we get to the full moon. So, and once we get to that full moon, 4% after that is going to be the peak of the market, most likely, and then we'll get a lot of bad news, etc. All right, looks like they're taking some action. Maybe they'll start bringing this pump over and offloading it with the crane. It might be fun to watch. Or maybe they're done for the day. We'll see. But Elon Musk apparently today put out a thing that he was going to buy Twitter after all for some initial amount that he originally proposed. I'm not sure how much that was. Does anyone know if that is the full $44 billion, or is that some other amount that he's going to buy it for, Twitter? Also, what else? What other news do we have? $55. It's got to be billion. It can't be million. Million's too small. It has to be 55 billion. I thought it was like 44 billion. Yeah, there you go. Billion. Yep. Maybe this crane is leaving. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're just turning it around. 44 billion, says Patricia. Okay. All right, they're taking this crane out of here, it looks like. All right. Maybe they're taking this pump out of here instead of bringing it in. They're maybe taking it out. How is the sound? Is there a lot of, is it pretty good sound, or is there background audio? I'm using this special mic right now. It's the wireless Saramonic mic. Good? All right, that's good stuff. Thanks. I'll get in front of the camera here. Yep, using this is the wireless mic I got over a year ago from Everett. He was helping out over a year ago, and I bought this mic when I first got my Nikon camera. Palma was with Ocean Camera Space Corp. There you go. It's a good mic. It just has to be recharged all the time. Hey, Javier. Sounds epic. Yep. John, good to see you. We're in the only reason I'm going to mention this is because anyway, yeah, we're in the last here in the United States. We're coming up toward the midterm elections, which means every 2 years they elect some more people to the. It's not a presidential election, but it is for like the different other kind of people in the House of Representatives, etc. And it's interesting times here in the U.S. as well as around the globe. A lot of stuff going on here. Whew, a lot going on, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't know what other shot I can get. There's that truck still to my left. I can move to the right next to the Lab Padre truck, but okay, something just turned off. One of the lights just turned off. We got a better shot here now for some reason. Oh, I got a good shot here. Just a minute. There we go. Maybe it's more dramatic in person. Let me check it out. Yep, the moon, that's right. Over the tank farm. It's said that the elite, the people who control how things happen, the different cycles here on the Earth, the elite are into the occult, O-C-C-U-L-T. So even though the moon may or may not have certain types of influence on the Earth and the people and the water and everything else, there are certain people in charge who they worship the sun. So even though there is some type of effect from the moon and the sun, they pronounce the effect by causing the waves. So yeah, we're not at the full moon yet, but it is getting bigger. We're seeing more and more of the sun over the next less than a week, probably. I don't know how many days left, but we're past that halfway point, and there's only 14 days to the full and the new moon. 14 and some change there. So looks like we're past that halfway point, so we got less than 7 days left till the full moon, and then we will have a couple more days after that, and then the market's probably going to tank. It's pretty warm here, Javier. We got some warm temperature. So my belief is we're going to have a lot of good news in the news. A lot of good news is going to come out because they save all the good news for the same time, and then they release all the bad news at the other time. So They gotta, because if they're gonna short and they're gonna get puts and calls on the market, they gotta prepare it all the news so that it all happens the way they want it to happen. So. Yeah, it's looking good tonight. That's all I got. That's pretty much it. The main gate over there to the right, there's not much activity. Just a big open space, so you can still see the booster 8 at the base there when you're from the main gate, but pretty much an open area. You got that bright light over there at the entrance, and not really able to see much with that light on over there. Unless you got a good camera with a good zoom, and you can kind of avoid that light over there at the main gate. A lot of times in the past there's been a lot of activity over there at the main gate, but right now there's nothing going on. Just the booster is still sitting there, you know. All the activity I think is over here at the over launch platform and at the tank farm tonight. We got a bunch of there's tankers coming in and out tonight. Yep, they're working hard on the launch platform. That's correct, Sir Chris. Let me get a little closer shot of this, sir. A little closer. Again, back to the markets. The reason why they need the waves to release the good news at a certain time and the bad news at a certain time, because there are larger people who own stock or bonds or whatever, and they can't sell it all at once. So if the people who had like tons of stocks or bonds, if those people wanted to sell all at once, it would go to zero, or it would go near zero. So they need more people to come in, so that they when they choose to sell, that there's somebody who's going to hold the bag. So they got to continually, these large players have to keep bringing in the suckers to buy up the stuff at the lower price, and then they during the new moon to the full moon they buy it up, and then the big players they dump it all after the full moon on the unaware populace. So they can't dump it all at once, otherwise it would just trash the market. So they need to create the waves to bring in the new buyers, so that they can offload their bags onto the to the new buyers. So that's why they create the waves. There is a saying that Gregory Mannarino puts out there. It's called the Gregory says. Gregory Mannarino. Look him up on YouTube. Gregory Mannarino. That what is it called? The bulls make money, the bears make money, but the pigs get slaughtered. Again, it's the bulls. Like you want the market to go up. You're bullish. It's going to go up. It's going to go up, and then you sell at the top. The bears make money. It's going to go down. It's going to go down, and they short it and they make money, or they buy puts. Right, and they sell. You got to sell at the top or the bottom. If you don't sell, then you're kind of really greedy. Like, I want it to go to infinity. I want to make $1 billion, right? And if you don't sell at the lower high or the higher low or whatever, then you're kind of greedy like a pig. So no, it's not enough. I want more. So the bulls make money because you got to sell at the top. The bears make money. They sell at the bottom. But if you're going to hold out for infinity, those are the pigs, and the pigs, they lose out, they get slaughtered. So that's something Gregory Mannarino has said in the past. That's one of those sayings. The bulls make money, the bears make money, but the pigs get slaughtered. And that applies to a lot of areas in life. You gotta remember that we're just part of a larger thing here going on. And you might think you're invincible, or maybe you are. Maybe it's been working for you, but you got to remember we're just part of a larger thing happening here, and you got to take your win and you got to run with it. You can't just sit around for more all the time. So that's my 2 cents. That's my 2 cents. I say that because I've been a pig in the past, and it has not done me very well till now. I've not always been a pig, but I have been a pig at certain times. So, all right, I'm going to wrap this up. If anyone else has any more info or anything else, I still can't get a good shot of the launch site. There's that truck to my left. I could move over by Lab Padre, but I don't want to infringe on their truck and their shot and everything else. Yeah, crypto's up today, and I think it will continue up and down, maybe for the next week or so. But after that, it's probably going to crash again. I sold a little bit today. You got to sell some when you're up, right? Okay, I will say a few things about crypto. Okay, just as in any, like as an investment, I'm not recommending anything. If you look in the description of this video, there's something that says this is for entertainment purposes only, and don't do anything that I talk about because I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just a YouTuber talking about stuff here, looking at rockets, right? And the same thing as far as any health information that I put out on nutrition or anything like that. Those are just my personal things that I follow, etc. But as far as crypto, I would say that there are certain things which are called, crypto could go to zero tomorrow, depending on what the Gary Gensler and the SEC do, or how some of those library cases, or the Ripple case, or the some of the other cases that are cracking down on the exchanges or whatever. But there are certain tokens which are by FTX, which 3x or 10x the parent token. So there are some derivative tokens which do not, they may be diluted by more and more creation of each one of those tokens and those derivatives. Like for instance, there's Bitcoin, or BTC is one of the tokens. It's the #1 crypto out there, right? And if you were to look at FTX, they have some tokens which are 3x the performance of Bitcoin, or of BTC, and that token is called Bull, BULL. So if you were to get onto an exchange where you could get that Bull token, then as the BTC went up 5%, that token would go up 15%. So, and then likewise, if it went down 5%, that token would go down 15%. So in addition to there being a bull token, so there's also a bear token. So for BTC, there's a token called bear, and that is the inverse token against Bitcoin. It's a 3x. So if you were to buy the bear token on the down market, and then once that is hit the low, then you buy the bull token, well then you're getting swings of 30% every month. And that same type of thing happens with some of the other tokens out there. There's about 10 or 20 of those FTX 3x tokens. So if there are certain tokens which have inverse relationships as far as the markets, you could even get a 60% swing. Yeah, FTX is an exchange. It's one of the biggest exchanges in the United States. They also do international, but they have some tokens that they've created which are 3x or 10x of certain tokens, digital assets, and so that's just a little something out there for you. Like for instance, the cost of one Bitcoin, where you can buy 1/10 of it or 100th of a Bitcoin or of a BTC, but you can also buy a full BTC, right? So the full BTC token is worth about $20,000 today, $20,200. But the FTX bull token is worth about $100 the last I checked. So that token has been worth $90,000 in the past. So if you didn't want to buy and sell, and you really did believe in BTC as the future token that might go up, which I really don't believe it'll continue. I think maybe there's going to be another token that'll take its place. But if you did believe in the future of BTC, and if the BTC bull token used to be worth $90,000, and today it's worth about $100, and it goes up 3x the performance of BTC, then it might be worth buying $5 or $10 or $100 worth of that bull token, which I've done in the past. I'm not recommending you do it, because anytime you get into the trading and stock and stuff like that, it can get addictive, and you can really lose your shirt. You can lose all your money. So I've been trading on and off since about 2007. So I've gone through all the different cycles of trading. So I don't trade stocks anymore. I could if I wanted to. I've learned a lot from Gregory Mannarino. And if you're interested in that type of thing, I recommend checking out his YouTube channel, because he's got a lot of information out there that can help you as far as trading. I don't recommend it, but I've definitely, I bought his book and printed it out. And he's got a great system, but there's a lot to learn when it comes to finance and trading and stock and everything else. But remember, the whole world is run by all this financial stuff. So if you ever want to really understand the world, it's a good university to attend for learning more about the world. Trading. Yeah, John says FTX is another crypto company. Yeah, that's right. John says Dogecoin. I don't know if there's a 3x on the Dogecoin. I don't know. Maybe there's a 10x. I know there's some 10x tokens too, but as far as the difference between a token that's a 3x or a 10x versus a call or a put in the stock market is, a call or a put has those, you can get those on many different types of stocks. The call or put, you got to watch out, because those will expire. Whereas the 3x token is a token, it doesn't expire, it doesn't have an expiration time. It can definitely lose its value as more and more tokens are created, so it can get diluted into nothing. But as far as any time frame or time period on one of those tokens, it's there's no time frame. So that's one of the benefits of that type of thing. Right now we're in a massive bear market for crypto, but if the digital dollar comes into effect here in the United States, and if the central bank digital currencies come into effect, maybe the digital tokens will increase in value massively, as they provide that liquidity which is drying up all around the world. So the benefit of the digital token, apparently it was maybe created to provide that liquidity that the banks are lacking at the moment, because they don't really want to lend each other money because it's a sketchy environment and the economy is kind of crappy. But if the digital tokens offer instant settlement or near instant settlement, so whereas if you have a Visa card or credit card or MasterCard, they have cash. They have caches, C-A-C-H-E, caches of stockpiles of cash around the world to facilitate that 2 or 3 day settlement of purchases, and they charge you that interest rate because of that. But once the digital tokens come into effect in the public sector, and you really don't need banks anymore to do those transactions, or you don't need Visa or MasterCard. If you can do those transactions from peer-to-peer or person-to-person, then you kind of bypass the banks. And so they're really upset that with this new digital economy, they're going to be losing that 2 or 3 or 5%, depending if you're using Swift or just one of those credit card companies. They're going to be losing out on a lot of income. So that's some of the battles that are going on around the world in the in the different markets, in the CFTC and the SEC, they all want that control to govern that sector, because it's going to be massively profitable and a lot quicker and faster than the banks have been over the last long time. So that's what I got about crypto. That was my thing about the leverage tokens. But if you were to do a futures contract in crypto, you got to really watch it, because that's a whole different ball game. That's more like the calls and the puts. When it comes to in the early 1900s, there's a guy that I read. He was a trader at the early days in the 1913 time frame, when they really started the trading on exchanges. And he was saying that there were these bucket shops, and the different bucket shops would collude with each other to set the prices and make the waves and everything else, so that they would scam out the people who were putting their money into the different things. So this type of thing with the colluding of the exchanges and the insider type of thing from the people who run those exchanges has been going on since the beginning, since the 1900s. So what we're seeing maybe today in the different markets and the different, even the crypto exchanges, is nothing new. So you got to watch it as far as the futures trading is concerned. They can, if they see so many people have tokens, or so many people are long or short on a certain side, then they could do one of those, what's it called, where you got the instant, just a fluke buy or sell, and it liquidates everybody. So, that stuff is going to happen when you got the insiders being able to see on the other side what people are betting on. So that's nothing new. It's been going on for a long time, and yep, you got to watch out when you're doing those futures. But as far as the 3x tokens, that's pretty much immune to that type of thing, because it's just a token. There's no time frame. There's no liquidation. There's no margin. Just a straight out token. So, anyway, for those of you interested, I'm glad I could provide something of maybe interest for the rest of y'all, or if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, maybe sometime it'll be useful information, maybe not. But glad you're still hanging in there, and I'm going to wrap up the show. I'll just take a look at the chat and maybe another two minutes, and I'll wind it down here. Another saying is that there's more money in the everyday economy than there is in the online sector. I don't know if that's still true, but there used to be that there's more business to business transactions going on than there is online. I don't know if that's still true, but for the people who aren't into computers and electronics and all the rest of it, it used to be said that you could. Cool, Javier. Thanks, man. Cool. Like, it used to be said that you could get more. You make more money outside of the internet than on the internet, but that may not be true anymore. I'm not sure about that. So. Yep. Sorry about that. Yeah, I've got a small amount of money that I've put away over the last 5 years into a few tokens in crypto, and since I'll say a little bit more about this. Since the massive down run in crypto, there used to be tokens that were worth $20,000, just like the BTC token, which is now the bull token, which is now worth about $100. It used to be worth $90,000. So if you were to take $1,000, I'm not recommending anything. If you were to take $10, just say, I'm not trying to trick you or anything. If you were to take $10 and put it into something that used to be worth $10,000 and right now it's worth about 3 cents, if the crypto market ever turned around, that $10, say 3 cents into $1 is about it's about 33 times, right? So 33 times 10 is about 330, and if you were to multiply that by 10,000 for each token, 300. Let me see. It was 30. So 300 times $10,000 is it's about $3 million. So that $10 used to be worth $3 million. And that was like a 2 years ago or something, like 1 to 2 years ago. So if the crypto market ever goes ecstatic again, and I've positioned myself, so say if I had $100 that I put in over the last 4 or 5 years into crypto, that $100 could be worth $1 billion. So I've done something like that into a couple tokens and into these leveraged bull tokens, and that's what I'm betting on. So if some of that stuff comes through, in addition to having a job, which I'm currently doing, paying off the bills that I accrued to buy the property here at SpaceX, if any of those things come through, I'll be able to really move forward with this ocean camera mission, space mission, and finance it myself. I won't need any investors. I am talking to an attorney who's helped me out with some other stuff in the past with the purchasing of the property, and he's got some friends who are into business, and I think this week I'm going to be chatting with them about maybe putting together a private placement memorandum for November's, maybe possibly what it might come out through. And there's a guy named Dan Pena. I'm going to say this on camera. This will be valuable for you if you're into starting your own business or whatever. Again, it's nighttime, not really good visibility, but there's a guy named Dan Pena, and he's like a business coach kind of thing. All of his information is free unless you want to go to one of his seminars in the United Kingdom, or I'm not sure which country over there, Scotland, I think. He's got a castle in Scotland. Yeah. Anyway, several years ago, maybe since 2013, I came across his information. And since that time, I've been thinking about, well, what's a good business to that I would care about starting? So he talks about... I kind of lost my train of thought. There's a truck coming toward me, and like I went into fight or flight. But check out Dan Pena. He talks about structuring a deal in a certain way, and good stuff. You should check him out. Okay, I remembered what I was going to say. Yeah, I live in the village, John. I did remember what I was going to say. Dan Pena talks about, and he wrote a book, and you can get it for free on his website, I think. It's called Your First $100 Million. And he talks about how, he shows you how to set up your business in that book, The First $100 Million. And he talks about... the way you can pay your people, like your attorneys or whatever. And several months ago, I figured out, in 2013, I found out about them, and then I've been thinking about it all these years since then. Well, what business would it work in where I could start a business that I would care about working and keeping it going and thriving, and through all the hardship and everything else. And I did come up with this ocean cam thing. So. And I did potentially come up with another business which will be in collaboration with the Ocean Cam, but I'm just working on the Ocean Cam right now. But he talks about how you can have incentive fees. It's like I figured out how to do the stock, right? So I have 100 million shares, and I figured out how much I'm going to give to each person, and he shows you how 1 to 2% for each of your team members and everything else like that. So I figured that out early in the year, But when it comes to like an attorney, you can have an attorney on your team, and you can give them stock. So you can give the attorneys ownership in the company, and that'll be kind of like their payment over time for doing a good job. So if you don't have any money, but you still want to bring on these team members who have skills, you can give them some stock, just like they do at Tesla or SpaceX. You get some stock. So, and then you can also sell a bunch to investors and everything else like that. But you can give incentive-based fees, success-oriented fees. That's the word, success-oriented fees. Pay someone $100 per hour or $125 an hour or whatever. He recommend maybe paying them 125%, an additional 25% for as your normal fee to them. So if they ask for $100, you might pay them 125, and then there may be some other success-oriented fees, or maybe you only pay them after there's a successful deal. So maybe they'll work on the first deal with you, and if it doesn't work, then maybe that money, maybe that expense that you owe them will get rolled into the next deal. So, and then you'll pay them out of that next deal. So they'll agree to be part of working with you, and through one of these deals, they'll make 125%. Say if they were going to make $1,000 after having worked with you, and the deal wasn't successful, then you owe them $1,250, and that'll get rolled into the next deal, kind of thing. So, Dan Pena, I'd recommend checking out his book, Your First 100 Million. I think it's free. You just got to find it on his website. All right, let me check out the chat here. I've been looking at his stuff for 9 years. John Rodriguez says I should be wearing a Ocean Camp t-shirt, the gray one. That's cool. Yep. Thanks, John. That's a really good idea. Maybe I'll buy some of those or get some made for myself. Thank you. All right, Alan. See you. Good night. I'm gonna sign out here. Let me pan to the left here. And that's going to be it. They're still moving around over there on the Overlaunch platform. I did think of yesterday, I was going to ask, has anyone seen Elon down over in Florida? Because I would imagine the lack of major activity here at the Starbase launch site is maybe due to all the activity that's going on over there at the Florida launch site, Kennedy Space Center, 39, right? Thanks, Javier. I think we're all a genius when we're doing what we're excited about, so that's cool. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, so I'm wondering if anyone has ever seen the Elon jet landing over there in Florida at the Kennedy Space Center. Yep. You'd like a black t-shirt? Okay, Sir Chris. Okay. Black and gray. I got to work on those colors. Yeah, he's got a place here. I haven't been following the movings of Elon, but I was just wondering if anyone has heard anything. All right, I'll wrap it up in the next minute here. Yeah, keep your eyes open. Maybe there's some stuff going on over there. I don't know. And again, if you ever want to find out for yourself about any upcoming media events here at SpaceX, you go send an email to to media@spacex.com. Hey Stephanie, I'm wrapping it up here. I'm gonna end the stream in about 30 seconds or so. Nice to see you. Good morning to you over there. Hey Paparzol. There is a gentleman who has, sorry for the loud noise. There's a gentleman who has a YouTube channel who's looking for someone who's very detailed and might be interested in doing some of that explanation or dictation for some of the videos and stuff. I don't know, Piperzall or Stephanie, if you're interested in any of that stuff. If you are, send me a message and I'll send you the guy's contact info He's got a channel of like 100-something thousand people. He's interested in getting some more detailed information on the goings on here at the Starbase site. I don't know if there's any money involved, but he does have a pretty big channel. He asked me to ask around. Oh yeah, so if for media@spacex.com, if you want to get updates from SpaceX about if you want to be on the list, send them a message saying you'd like to get notifications of upcoming opportunities for media at SpaceX. Yeah, I didn't say the name, but you're welcome to send me a message. I just want to keep it private, Stephanie 8. But yeah, send me a message with your email or something, and I don't know how you're going to do that, but send me a message somehow. My email is info@oceancam.space, and then I'll put you in touch with them. That'd be great, Stephanie. Or Pipersol. You two were the two people I was thinking about. I did ask Sir Chris, and so I'm just reaching out to you two as well. All right, I'm going to wrap it up here. My email is info@oceancam.space. The media@spacex.com is where you would write an email to get on their list. I don't know what's happening tomorrow at the road closure. Very cool to chat with y'all. If there's someone else here who wants to maybe be that person to work with this other YouTube channel on the info, send me a message at info@oceancam.space. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for listening and watching and participating and being enthusiastic, everybody. Yeah, info@oceancam.space. Space. After the cam, there's a period space. Or if you do !@ email, that'll give you the email as well. Instead of a .com, it's a .space. All right. Good night. Thank you. Good day, everybody. Yeah, that's it, Stephanie. You got it. In 5, 4, 3, 2. I'll wait for that. There you go, Stephanie. 1. Good night.